My name is Marissa. I'm a DSBA major, and my views on weed are, I think they're helpful, mostly for things like anxiety, depression, and insomnia, but only if the use is regulated and it's overviewed by a doctor, not self-prescribing yourself. Okay, have fun.
I'm Emily. I'm a photo major, and my opinion is that it should be regarded as alcohol is because that's legal and it's basically the same thing. So I feel like it should be legalized to that extent.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and my major is photo,
It's okay.
and my major is photography, and my stance on weed is I think it should be legalized. That's all I should say.
And why?
Because there's so much benefits. I think it should be regulated, but I think it should be legal in many more states because of its medical properties, of its how it helps a lot of people's mental illness or PTSD. But I think it should be regulated with that. And all in all, I think it's just helpful and it's better than tobacco nicotine because it, it's not, you can't really get cancer from it, from what I've read and everything. So that's my stance on weed.
So,
Ready? Hi, my name is Jordan Myland. I'm undeclared, and this is my stance on weed. So, I don't smoke. I've tried it before, like vapes and a blunt and stuff like that, but it's just not for me. I don't care if you smoke. Just don't blow it in my face and don't make my room smell funny. If it's for medicinal purposes, if it's prescribed by a doctor, then I think it's fine. I also think that people that have been committed for long sentences on minor drug charges should be released and should have repercussions and should get financial compensation for that because it's such a small crime and should not be punished that severely, especially because it disproportionately affects people of color. So yeah, that's where I stand. I don't smoke. Personally, I don't think that you really need it. I found other ways of coping with my stress and my physical pain, but if obviously everyone's different, so if it works for your stress and physical pain, then it's fine. It doesn't work for my stress and physical pain, so I don't need it. I think medicinal marijuana is fine. I think mass incarceration because of a small drug possession charge is not good and should definitely be reversed. And yeah, that's where I stand.
Secret weapon to fighting the opioid crisis. And we've heard how it can work, right? The reason we don't know for sure it'll work in everybody and every time is because it isn't being prescribed by more doctors. And why is that? Because a lot of doctors like me are just beginning to figure this out, and there's not a ton of information to help us. Like heroin, marijuana is a Schedule I drug. You don't have to memorize this, but what that basically means is the federal government doesn't believe it has any medical value, right? Although the government may own the patent, claiming it has value, right? It makes it really hard to study this stuff. I have called personally doctors, researchers, and it's a vicious cycle, right? They can't get money to do the research, so guess what? There's no research to support it. Yet the National Academy of Sciences believes that it works for pain. This year published that. In states where medical marijuana is legal, listen carefully, where it is legal in those states, there's a 25% lower opioid overdose death rate. That's a lot of lives. People like you, who would have died with 29 pills a day, now are back, doing all kinds of fun things, not driving on the wrong side of the road, killing yourself, your family, and someone else who happens to be there. Overdosing deaths are problematic for a lot of reasons, but the most shocking hypocrisy here is that studies don't show opioids work for chronic pain. So Michelle should never have been prescribed them in the first place.
Of evidence that the active ingredients in cannabis, cannabidiol or CBD, are showing benefit in children with difficult to control seizures.
My husband Jason and I relocated from Oklahoma as cannabis refugees for our son Austin. Austin's condition is known as Dravet syndrome. It's the catastrophic form of epilepsy. They are full body convulsions where you stop breathing. He would have dozens to hundreds every single day. He has cognitive and physical decline similar to Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease. Any legally prescribed pharmaceutical for epilepsy, our son has tried. He would have significant weight gain or weight loss, rage, anger, and sadness, and none of them stopped the seizures, none of them, over 14 years. When I returned to the University of Oklahoma to do some studies on neurology and our son's condition, I stumbled across the U.S. patent number 6630507, which in that particular patent proves that cannabinoids are neuroprotectants. There was 40 years of post-World War II modern era research that supported not only the plant as medicinal, but as non-toxic and non-lethal. We knew that cannabis was never going to be an option with Austin in Oklahoma. The doctors said that there was nothing more that they could do for our son. The pharmaceuticals were shutting down his organs and basically to take him home. So in a way we did. We took him to Colorado. When you watch your son dying and the doctors tell you there's nothing else that they can do, and then this little plant stops his seizures, it's like we could live again. We had hope again. We knew that we were going to have Austin a little longer. Now that he's on cannabis, I mean, he tells us that he loves us. He will come over and just hug us to give us a kiss.
Oh, thank you, baby.
He can talk to his little brothers. He can play with his little brothers. He can comprehend and understand things. He's happy now. You know, we used to think that cannabis was bad too. I used to think it was the devil's lettuce and that it caused people to do crazy things. Now I've learned that's not the case at all. Moving to Colorado saved our son's life. It saved our life.
I think you're calmed down.
So quickly.
Isn't that amazing?
He used just a single drop, and his hands afterwards were rock steady, and the dyskinesia left.
It was swing back.
It works most of the time.
In fact, it's...